guys, this morning we're going to go over the DeWALT 12-inch bar electric chainsaw. This is going to be, of course, cordless, battery operated. We're also going to go over real quick, I've also brought the pole saw, so we can just kind of see how they're interchangeable, that type of thing. With the saw itself, we've basically got a 12-inch bar, which will handle most small lemon and things like that. They're all quick adjust. Basically, you're going to loosen it here, you'll twist that, and then you can twist it to either tighten or loosen your chain, so it's real easy to adjust. You've got your bar oil also, everything's toolless. Screw that off, pour a little bit of bar oil in it, and it's good to go. All of these saws that we carry come with the battery and charger. They're 20 amp or 20 volt. And the neat thing about it is, it's just like the pressure washer we went over the other day. Basically, this same battery will fit the pressure washer, it'll fit the pole saws, just about any of these tools that we've got up there. So if you've got someone that's buying one piece or the other, then they'll end up with two batteries. Won't have to buy extra battery. Also, if they've got the DeWALT grills and things like that, as long as they've got that 20 volt max battery, slap it right in and it'll work, okay? Some of the little details about it will be that it has got a 3-year warranty, and we do, with DeWALT, they do a 90-day money-back guarantee, and I don't know if you guys knew that, but let's say a customer buys this, he gets home with it, tries it, and says, man, this just ain't what I want. This does not do what I need it to do. He can bring it back to us, get a full refund. Basically, DeWALT, I'll send the product back to them, they'll credit us for it, and we're good to go. So it's real easy, you know, knowing that, to allow yourself to show it to a customer, because if they don't like it, it's an easy fix, okay? The saw runs $249.99. The pole saw there runs $229.99. Same battery, both come with a battery charger, so you've got everything you need ready to run. To go over the pole saw right quick, it is a 15-foot pole saw, or you can bring it down to 10, which is where it's at right now. All you have to do is spin this center knob. Show you how to do that right quick. If they need to get it a little higher in the tree, pull that out. Onto this. Stick this bad boy here back in here. So screw that on. Same thing on this end. It's a little awkward being so long. Do that. Bring that up. Now you got a ton of reach with that thing. 8-inch bar on this. Like I said again, same battery, same warranty, everything. With this one, you'll put your bar oil in right there on top. Real simple to adjust. If you don't know a lot about chainsaws, the other thing is too, any purchasing one, make sure they get some bar oil. You can use, like a lot of the old school thinking is like 30-weight motor oil, things like that. Oil is a little more sticky. It lasts a lot longer when you're using the saw, so it's better to go with that. Now this saw compared to a gas saw, a lot quieter. Don't have to worry about emissions because you don't have all the gas fumes and smoke from a two-stroke and all that. If you live in a neighborhood and you're needing to go out and trim some trees and things on Saturday morning or whatever, you're not going to wake everybody up. Other than that, that's the basics of the saw. This thing still has a chain brake on it, just like the bigger saws. Keep it from kicking back and hitting you. Low profile chains on both of them, which are also helping kick back, so it's a lot safer saw. Also with your hand on top, a lot easier operation, don't weigh as much, so pretty neat little saw. We're going to run it right quick. What I'm going to do is just kind of demonstrate it, let you guys see how it cuts, and then if any of y'all, is there anyone here that has never run a chainsaw? Everybody's run one? Okay. Well, I'm going to take someone else out of the group and that wants to do it, and let you run it too and see what you think about it, okay? You got a little safety lock on the side right here. You're going to push it in, and basically just pull the trigger. Pretty stout for a little bitty saw, isn't it? But it does a great job. Who wants to try it? Any of you guys? You want to do it? Yeah, push your safety lock in. That's it. No, it does a great job. Any questions or anything anybody's got on it? At all? Basically, battery life. We were talking about that earlier, me and Mark. Their DeWALT basically says that it's got 90 cuts in a full charge battery. Those 90 cuts that they made were on a 4x4 treated post. So, I mean, that's quite a bit of cut time. So, pretty neat. One of the little things that I don't think I showed the other day on the pressure washer that I'll go over with you guys again is on these DeWALT batteries, which is kind of neat. You can tell what your batteries are. I push it right there on the end. And basically, it's got 3 bars on it. If you get down to 1 bar, you still are at 50%, and it won't be long till you'll need to charge. But I thought that was pretty neat because most batteries don't have that. And of course, as you can see written all over everything, they're both brushless engines, which are more efficient with the lithium style batteries. But that's pretty much what I've got. Nobody got any questions or anything? All right.
How much is the pulse off?
They are $229.99. Yep, and it's going to come with the battery and charger also, so it's a complete kit. What's that now? Yes. Yep. It's they consider it a 15-foot, but then you can take the extension out for the 10-foot. So that's pretty neat. I mean, money-wise compared to Husqvarna, the Husqvarna kit that we had that they discontinued, you know, was a real big seller for us, and this kind of took its place after they took it out. So
Perfect for deer hunters.
Oh yeah,
trimming trees, you know.
trimming out road beds and stuff like that. Be awesome. That's for sure. And that's the great thing about that little chainsaw too. You know, you can just look at that 4-wheeler. You strap that onto a 4-wheeler. You're not taking much room. Stick it in the back of a Ranger or something like that, or Razor. If you were to get somewhere and there's a small tree in the way, you know, you could get on through it with no trouble. And even though that's got a 12-inch bar, I mean, you're talking about, you'd probably be surprised how big that you'd be able to get out of the road, you know? Especially something that you're not having to actually cut down, you know, so you're just cutting up to get it out of the way. All right, nobody's got any questions. I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all.
I got one quick question. It doesn't come with oil. You need to buy the oil,
You
right?
do need to buy the oil, and that's one thing, that's the reason I brought the oil with me, to let you guys know, is the oil itself. You know, if you sell basically anything, if you sell one of our Husqvarna chainsaws, or you sell one of their pole saws, or with the DeWALT, if you do the DeWALT pole saw, chainsaw, anything like that, make sure and at least get a quart of oil. Let them know that they'll need that. Makes your chain last longer, stay sharper longer, that kind of thing. With that, I will say too that I neglected to say, one of the things that a lot of people complained about with this saw when it first came out was leaking the bar oil as it's set for long periods of time. It's basically like a free flow system. It's a self-oiling system. A lot of the newer chainsaws are like that. Some of the older ones, you would actually prime it each time before you used it, and then it would get flowing. So with that, DeWALT actually tells you in their manual, basically just add enough of what you need for what you're cutting, if you can do that. Or if not, just when you get done, if you know you're going to store this saw for a long period of time, I would go ahead and take the fluid back out so it won't leak anywhere. And it's not a big deal. I mean, people are used to bar oil coming out of any chainsaw, but if you're going to keep it like with the owner, with Bob keeping it in his camper was one of the things. Like if you're just sitting it in a camper or something, you'll want to make sure and get that fluid out of it before you leave it sitting up for a long period of time, or it's going to drip a little bit along. So I'm glad you brought that up. I appreciate that. Anything else? They have come out with a bigger one. I think it's a 16-inch bar. We haven't started carrying them yet. It did come out this year. Maybe something we look into next year. I know this one's been a good mover for us, so it may be something that we do pick up.
Wasn't it like 30 minutes on a charger? Then it was like 80% charge, that kind of?
That's probably about right. Just my judgment on what I fooled with them before. It doesn't really say exactly what the charge time is on them. So I looked because I knew some of you guys would probably want to know that. But it doesn't give me exactly. What I normally say with any of this stuff is pretty much all of it will charge within an hour, you know. And the cool thing is if you do end up buying two tools, let's say y'all do it with a bundle or something like that, and you got two batteries. So, I mean, by the time, once you run this one down, stick the other one in, by the time you need it, it should be charged and ready to go again. Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate
buddy.
it. Yeah, go ahead and line it up. Thank you, sir.